Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha, Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Om Samastajana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram, Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Harihi Om. We begin with the 16th name. Om Bhavathitaya Namaha. Prostrations to Sri Sadguru, who is beyond all bhava. Bhava has got many meanings. We'll try to see that. One meaning of the word bhava is only just existence. But when that existence appears along with some name and form upadhi, then our feelings, our attitude, our relations goes on changing. When it is said bhavatitaya, it is not something which is beyond existence. The example is, there is what you call silver. From silver you make murtis. One is Ganesh Murti, Sri Krishna Murti, Shri Rama. All of them only silver. You can make gold also. But when you look at that Murti of Ganesh, bhava is different or not? Now, if that metal, you make a cow or a horse, then even though that thing is the same, but the moment the name form comes, different bhavanas, feelings, thoughts, emotions, attitudes, relationship, all that arise in our mind, that's called bhava. All these bhavanas, feelings are related to only these names and forms. So we find with all the relationships, and with our Ishvara also, there is a dasa bhava, that I am servant of the Lord, or I am the friend of the Lord, or Lord is my master, and someone looks at baby Krishna. Different bhavas are there. In all of them, there is a sense of difference. Then they are called abheda bhavana. Soham. Right? So, how many bhavanas, thoughts, opinions, so many things are there. But that truth itself is beyond all this. It is present in all of them. All these thoughts are about it, but itself is free from all that. Totally unattached, unaffected, that remains there. All different forms are melted, again the tattva remains the same. Bhavatit. Now, when we look at Sadguru, now he also lives in this world, and there different people have different attitudes towards, whether Ishvara or Guru is same thing. Then the Guru also responds according to their bhavanas of disciples and people around. But remember, he remains totally unaffected, never gets attached to any. Now we also have to learn. We also have to live here with all things and beings and variety of relationships and all that. But asaktaha sarvatra. Anabhisneha, no attachment to to any name, any form, any relation, any activity, any opinion, nothing. Bhavatitaya namaha. Om Bhavatitaya namaha. Bhava shunya sadbhava susthiti. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says then that absolute truth is that which is totally free from all these thoughts, feelings, emotions, relations and whatnot. So be with all relations and still always remember your true nature is beyond all that. Okay. It's a beautiful name. We can go on contemplating. Every name is like that only. Bhavatitam Triguna-rahitam Sadgurum tam namami, it is said. Triguna-rahitam. It is beyond or it is devoid of, free from the three gunas. Now, those who study Vedanta, they know that one is this Paramatma, other is Maya Prakriti called Trigunatmika. Sattva Gun, Rajo Gun, Tamo Guna. They are these three gunas. Parabrahma Tattva itself is totally free from all these three gunas. Ishvara as Sarvajna Sarva Shaktiman keeps all the three gunas under control. When he has to create or sustain, dissolve, right? But now it is said, as Sadguru, Triguna Rahita, what we have to remember, the moment we have got this body, mind and all that, we cannot be without three gunas. Three gunas sahita only. Because these are all the modifications of that. Sattva gunas is sense organs, mind, intellect. Rajo gunas effect is all the organs of action, pranas. Tamo gunas is this body. Can you be free from that? We cannot be free from that, but we can be free from their binding effects. Triguna Rahita. The absolute truth is totally free from that. Now, what are these binding effects? So, in the Vedanta Shastra, he said, the Tamoguna's effect is, it's got the veiling power. It veils the truth from our vision, and even though we see something, but we don't recognize what it is. This is called non-recognition of truth. Gurudev used to call it non-apprehension of reality. Then what happens? The Rajoguna has got a Vikshep Shakti, projecting powers, and we see something different. A wrong notion arises there, misapprehension. So, avarana, veiling power is of Tamogun, projecting power is of Rajogun, and discriminative power is of Sattvagun, Viveka Shakti. Now, the example something like that, there is a rope. Somebody sees but doesn't recognize it is a rope. This non-recognition is called Tamoguna's effect. Then the mind projects, oh, there is a snake. And sometimes it doesn't allow that Sattva Gun to act. Just get frightened and does so many kind of things. But Sattva Guna tells him, why don't you inquire and find out whether really there is any snake? That's called Vivek. When we make use of that Sattva Guna, it is said Sattva Sanjayate Jnanam, then knowledge arises. And once the knowledge has risen there, then the misapprehension gone, non-apprehension gone, then there is no need of Vivek also at that time. Actually, if a person has in the beginning itself recognized the rope as the rope, all these things are not necessary. The problem arises only when we don't know and then have erroneous notions. Triguna Rahitayanma. That means what? he is totally free from all these binding effects of the gunas. And we should also try to remember this and also try to remain in Sattva Guna. That's what Bhagavan Sri Krishna said in the Gita, Nitya Sattva Stha Bhava. That Sattva Guna is such, it will free us from the bondage of Rajogun, Tamoguna, and itself also will merge in that knowledge. Triguna Hetaya Maha. With this, the shloka Brahmanandam Paramo Sukhadam is completed. Now, from Guru Gita only, Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So, the next name is 18th name, Om Tatpada Darshakaya Namaha. Salutations, prostrations to that Sadguru who Darshaka. He is the one who shows us, reveals to us, shows to us what? Tat Padam. That Pada. Tat Padam? In the language of Kathopisha, it is called Tad Vishnoho Paramam Padam. That the highest status, Padam is status, the nature of that all-pervading Bhagavan Vishnu. All-pervading, not the Shankha Chakra Gadadhari, not of the four hands one, but in absolute nature. Tat means that. Pada means status, nature, the one who indicates. And indicates it as our own self. Now what is the idea? See, we live in this world, and our idea about ourselves that I am the body, the world only is real, and we do everything only to get the things of this world, and the status also, position also, and chair of power also, isn't it? All the time we are struggling. And what happens? Everything ends only. Guru says, as long as you live only in this what you are only seeing, your problems will never end. They will go on changing their forms. It will not end. There is something higher than that. In the teaching of the Bhagavad Gita, that's what Arjuna only emotionally, subjectively, just looking at the whole situation, and this will happen, that will happen, he went on. Bhagavan said, what are you? Lift your vision. Avinashitu tadviddhi. Understand that truth, that reality, which is imperishable, which pervades all. That is your nature. Even in our ordinary life also, if you are too much only engrossed in little things, somebody comes, some man of wisdom, why you are so engrossed on these things? There is many higher things are there. Why can't you aspire for that? The one who shows that, inspires us to that, and also shows the way to realize that. That's called a Guru. As Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, Brahma Padam Tvam Pravisha Viditva. Realize that the highest Padam is called Brahma Swarupa. All other Padami chairs, positions are such, you will have to vacate. And if you don't, they will pull you down. What is the use? Indra Pada, Brahmaji's Pada, that all, they also they have to vacate. What to say? Tat Padam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So, not only what we are seeing with our just fleshy eyes, but see something higher, much, much higher. Why we are not able to see that? Because we are suffering from the cataract of ignorance. Ajnana timirandhasya. That's why it is next is Ajnana timira nashakaya namaha. prostration to Shri Guru, Nashaka, who is the destroyer of the timira, means darkness, or you call the cataract is there in the eyes of ignorance. You know, this is very strange. See, in our eyes, there is always moisture is there, little water on them. That only becomes little solidified, and then you can't see. It has come from there only. Moti bindu, cataract, and all that you see. And then what? The eye specialist, what does he do? Oh, remove that. So, very clear. So, we are suffering from the darkness you call, all cataract of ignorance, and therefore we don't have clear vision of this world. The Guru's job is what? Bodhayat Shishyam, the one who enlightens the student. Now you see, when our local eye surgeon, eye specialist removes the cataract, we are able to see clearly. But clearly what? Only same world of the names and forms and differences. But when that Guru, when he performs that surgery, chakshuhu unmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Not only he opens the eyes to see this world, but Advaita Drishti Pradayakaya Namaha. Where in the shloka it is said, Chakshuhu Unmilitam, then he who has opened our eyes. But these eyes are open. I say, well, I am seeing it very clearly. But what are we seeing clearly? Only names and forms, only dualities, multiplicity. Again, I, my, you, yours, and all that only you are seeing. Are you able to see that one truth which is present avibhaktam vibhakteshu? All these objects which are divided, different, but that one truth which is present in all. Are you able to see that? Guru does that. Because otherwise these eyes are there, and if there is some moti bindu or cataract, it can be removed. Somebody may have some retina problem, but even that also can be corrected. But again we will see only this same world. Not that which lies behind or beyond or in and through in all of them. That's why it's called Advaita Drishti Pradayaka. Dvaita we are seeing anyway. Duality we are seeing. But in this duality, there is one non-dual truth, which is same in all things and beings and whatever you can experience, Drishyajatam, that entire. That is something, a totally different kind of vision then. That vision is that which liberates the person. That it is also said in the Shastra, Bhagavan Shankaracharya also said, Drishtim Jnanamayim Krutva Pashyet Brahmamayam Jagat. He makes the drishti of knowledge. The world is same. With fleshy eyes we see the same world. But you see everything as Satchitananda Brahma Swarupa. We cannot go on describing in words what it is, We have to get that vision and then only have to see. What is that which is there common everywhere? Om Chaitanya Swarupaya Namaha. What is there everywhere is Chaitanya. We all see all different bodies, our own body also. We know by itself it is only inert, insentient, lifeless. prana sanchar is there, but that doesn't give life to it. See, prana, vayu and all that, they can give movement. Now the electric power which is there, it is able to rotate the fan. But can it make it sentient? Sentience is a very different thing. It is very clear, all these inert objects, they don't have their own Chaitanya Chetna. But this Advaita Drishti, that Advaita is one Chaitanya alone. Chinmayam Vyapiyas Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam. Tatpadam Darshitam. That one Chinmaya Tattva, Chaitanya Tattva, which is there present. Now one may say, but I don't see it. Just because you don't see doesn't mean that it is not there. Huh? Our very existence is because of that only. There's a beautiful example I read. See, the fetus in the womb doesn't see the mother, doesn't know the mother, but is there or not? And a mother is only constantly feeding that baby and this is growing also. Who is taking care? Only that mother. You don't see, so what? We are here, that Chaitanya Vyaptam, this whole world. We are existing. We are Chetan. We are, because of that only, sometimes foolishly deny its existence. That also because of Chaitanya only. Otherwise, you can't even deny. The Guru opens our eyes and see that Chaitanya, Advaita Chaitanya. Advaita Drishti Pradayaka Maha. And what is that Advaita? Chaitanya. And Chinmaya Vyapi Yat Sarvam, that which pervades everything. Therefore, next word said, Vishwa Vyapakaya Namaha. It was a Chinmaya Vyapi. I say Vishwa Vyapaka. Now see, Paramatma Tattva is pervading the entire universe, Vishwa Vyapaka. As Chaitanya existence, whether we know it or not, also pervading. Now, at a practical level, what is this Vishwa Vyapaka? Our vision should be expanded and not remain only localized. Nowadays, they say, the word global has become very, very famous. Global vision. Global. Vishwa Bandhutva, Vishwa Prema, Vishwa Shanti. Don't only think only of yourself, but you expand your vision. So your vision should include the whole universe. You think of that. And when we rise above higher and higher and then look at it, our smallness, our little ego, selfishness, that also will go away. That Vishwa Vyapaka Drishti, what is called required. Vishwa Vyapakaya Namaha. Shashvataya Namaha. Shashvata. Shashvat Bhavam. That which always is without modification. See, if you look at our body, a baby is born and slowly growing and all that, continuously you are seeing the same person, right? But you continue changing. And that also will be only for some few years only. But it is there all the time, but changing. But this Chaitanya Tattva ever is and without modification. And if a seeker gains this knowledge from the teacher, then the aging body will not cause any problem and fear and worry. The body will be subject to that, but I am Shashvata. Ajo nitya Shashvato yam Purana. Body will change anyway, because that's called a body, Deha. Otherwise, we are very much scared of all this. Aging body particularly. And it goes on aging more and more only. Shashvata. If this is understood, every time if word is most important. If this is understood, then Shantaya Namaha. See, each word actually is independent, but at the same time it is connected. Then your mind becomes Shanta. Why Shanta? Because next word is Om Niranjanaya Namaha. It is like this. If I do not know what my nature is kutastha, immutable, and I only remain identified with the body, then all the changes of body, particularly of the weakening and what you call decaying, aging, they create fear and so many things. Mind becomes ashanta. You see, whatever things are happening in this world, the only entity that is affected is our mind only, no? Whether outside happening anything, bodily happening, and family happening, wherever, the mind is affected. If the truth, the knowledge of truth liberates you, all our sorrows, agitation, ashanti is because we are identifying ourselves with something which we are not and getting attached to it. Therefore, Shashvat, and the other side is Niranjan. And why our mind gets again Ashanta? Because Anjana means impurity. Anjana has got many meanings. One is called Anjana, all our avidya, likes, dislikes. Bhagavan says in Atmavod, Amanastvat name raga dukkha dvesha bhayadeha. I am beyond mind. Remaining at the level of mind, if you want to have peace of mind, temporarily we may get now and then, but only when we know I am that which is Shashvata, Niranjana, Chaitanya, which is the illuminator of this mind, then real Shanti is there. Otherwise, 1 minute I feel, all is fine. How is that? Oh, all is well. Second word, all in the well. Shantaya Namaha, Om Niranjanaya Namaha. One more verse we'll see. It is beautiful. In the Guru Gita it is said, Guru Stotra we read, Sarvashruti Shiro Ratna Virajita Padam Bhujaha. That only I said, Upanishad Ratna Virajita Padam Bhujaya Namaha. Oh. Prostration to Sri Sadguru, Virajita Pada Ambuja. Ambuja means lotus. Pada means lotus. Padambuja means lotus feet. Whose lotus feet Virajita, adorned with Ratnam. The great gem, precious gem. What is that? Upanishad. Upanishad Ratna. See, in the story say, Sarva Shruti Shiro Ratna. See, Shruti means all the Veda is called Shruti. But in this Karma Kand, Upasana Kand, Jnana Kand, everything is there. So, what is the Shruti Shira? The Mastaka of Shruti is Upanishad. And Upanishad Ratna also, pendant, that pendant is Mahavakya, Tattvamasi. So, the Guru is one whose lotus feet are adorned with the Ratnam, with the knowledge, realization which is indicated by the Mahavakya of the Upanishad. That is very well established in that. सर्वश्रुति शिर, सर्वश्रुति, देयर आर सो मेनी श्रुति, उसका शिर मस्तक है उपनिषद। उपनिषद का रत्न है महावाक्य अहम ब्रह्मास्मि अनुभव। देयर ही वाज established, adored with this experience realization. To that Sadguru we prostrate again and again. We'll continue tomorrow. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.